Okay.
Try out our respecification machine. Alex
Okay, so I
installed it himself
respect.
right before he died. If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental...
Yeah, so I definitely have to,
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
I have to complete my couple side quests here. I don't want to leave these things unfinished.
There goes Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? You got your punch right here. Is it done?
I'm not going to kill her.
Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species? Or are we finished here?
Yeah, you misunderstood her research.
You're awfully quick to trust someone who... Adam,
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger?
Okay, fine.
C&P Borstworth. It's not the worst unless it's worse.
Sending a corrupted tracking signal. To the board was
Okay, so we're going to
quite clever.
see what happens.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen here when I do this. Damn it.
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Okay. Could be walking right into a trap. This could also be an opportunity to kill my enemies. Oh. And this is the other side of that office. Hail.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival.
Tell me why you wanted to see me.
I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it.
We need to talk about this lifetime employment
I'll
program.
answer however I can.
You don't believe this will work, right?
The lifetime employment program is not some malevolent strategy. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
Yeah, I saw the presentation.
Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. We must protect this city at any cost. Help me execute the lifetime employment program.
What does this have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats.
Yeah, our interests may align, but make no mistake.
You don't have to
we're not
like me,
friends.
Captain. As long as you're willing to work with me. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. Someone who can get things done.
What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
I like the way you enunciate, lady. I agree with you.
You realize that agreeing with me won't get you any kind of pay raise. Nevertheless, I'm pleased to hear that.
How long do we have?
We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful.
That's what the research in Roseway was all about.
Before you interfered in Roseway, Dr. Anton Crane was on the verge of developing a powerful appetite suppressant. It would have made his career. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option. We need to talk. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you.
Yeah, what did Edgewater do to deserve this?
You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. Now.
Yeah, the board is responsible for the colony. It's your fault.
Because we were negligent. You're right, the colony can't possibly feed itself. And it's our fault. This is our mess. And the only way we're cleaning it up is by taking action. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed.
Yeah, they are self-sufficient. They're not a strain.
Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, their numbers will grow. Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch. I won't risk the same thing happening in Edgewater.
Yeah, you're completely insane.
No. Allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical.
You talk less like a human than mechanicals I've known.
I am responsible for every single human life in this colony. Do you imagine I relish the thought of killing some of them to save the rest? Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done.
The answer is no.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
Yeah, go to hell, Sophia.
I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
Dirt alert! Alert!
How the hell did those shots go through him? Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up and load. Hurry up.
Everyone all right?
Frickin' fools. Oh, guys.
Incoming!
Incoming. Your performance evaluation is sterling.
Oh, why did you have to try and fight? Now you get to all die instead. We could have just done this peacefully.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing. We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute. You'll have to connect me to the Hope. If you're cat or the sun.
That's all.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
Damn right. I wasn't gonna let that shit happen. Let's bring the Vicar along now.
to do her, Captain.
Oh, hello. I don't know why I didn't notice you.
Everyone all right?
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully...
Okay, we're just gonna... Hey, this is where I came from. There were 10,000 people, huh?
This must be unsettling for you, Captain.
Should we assign Sam?
That's the last of them.
Where am I? Oh no, what are all these pods? Did somebody empty out a shitload of pods? Are they already trying to go through with their little plan? The issue is most likely, even if we free these colonists, we're all just gonna die anyway, because there isn't gonna be enough food.
These were the private quarters of the Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the dearly departed?
I don't really care about any of these, I'm sorry. Ooh, what's this helmet? 84?
Guess I'm seeing things.
Indeed you are seeing things.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Well, at the very least, this should be interesting.
Let's see what happens. Comms. Patch Ada through.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Am I doing the right thing?
Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
I need to take care of something.
Wait. I mean...
Let's just... I know there's something I can take to... Yeah, mine attributes? Yeah, let's use some of that. And let's make sure that the armor that I have on isn't reducing my science. Okay, sweet. I'm ready to skip the hope.
Are you sure? That is and also potentially kill an entire planet.
Skip the hope to
Jump
Terra
starting
2.
the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
I'm skipping it myself.
I wouldn't...
Well, it's...
I know what I'm doing.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
Okay, come on, baby.
Hey, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are a go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Did I fuck it up? Did I just kill everybody on the hope? Did I just fly straight into the sun? Oh, come on. I have 80 science. Oh no, it looks like I did it.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
We're alive! We made it! I, never had any doubts.
What was that? Hold it right there.
Incoming!
Peace. Ow.
Beginning security patrol.
Oh boy. Whoa. Whoa. I didn't expect to be getting shot like this, gentlemen.
Not getting through!
Oh, I gotta reload. Damn it, I missed. Robophobia. No, I don't need that right now. I wonder if Phineas is dead. Because I still gave them his location, but I mean, he told me to do it, so.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission.
Thank the Lord you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board, they're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine! You fucking pigs! I'll take you all!
Gotcha.
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. How could... See you soon.
Yeah, let's...
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
Let's hope he's still alive. Who knows? You're a robot now?
Here they come.
Oh, hello. Shit. Uh-oh, I died. I was not paying attention to my health, and I died. Shit. I don't know why I didn't even notice that there were guys there. My leadership skills are also so low I can't, have my people do their junk.
Here we go.
Oh boy. God damn it. Why the fuck do these guys hurt so bad? Okay, we're just gonna... Okay. Okay, let's see. The Hope made it to Halcyon after all. 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with an entire ship of frozen colonists, so they're just gonna leave them there. Balderdash. Okay. 113 seconds, new record. Most subjects less 93 seconds. Oh boy. Oh, I should be reading this out loud. Only the Hope's colonists can forgive me for what I've done. They're the only people who can set things right, and I'm going to find a way to revive them. I've got my notes with me and my equipment. So basically, he kept on experimenting on the Hope people. He killed a bunch of them. Of course, trying to revive them, but nevertheless. Ooh, that's probably gonna do some good damage. Oh boy. So Phineas went insane. Neither side is good. I guess I should have.
Crew members Ellie and Max are... Captain, as it appears we may soon... I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
They gotta air some concerns.
Those board goons kidnapped Mr. Phineas and hauled him away to Tartarus. How are we gonna get him out?
I'm not one for pointless heroism, but the board's gonna be after us next. We gonna finish what we started?
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
We have to free him.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
What do you all think about this?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
Alright, everyone strap
If we
in.
don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick, got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Alright, let's do this shit, boys. What's this one, I wonder? Yeah, let's finish it. Oh, I already saved, but I'll save. It seems like there's a few things that I missed.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus.
Or anything useful?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not. The interior can be chilly. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Promise not to leave
I
without
can
me?
make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Well, of all the places to get arrested.
UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us by delivering yourself here. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make your execution quite swift.
Hey, how do I know you're a real officer on that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Alright.
I request you do not...
It is time. Alright.
The captain did right by us once.
That?
Now it's ours. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while
I'm sorry. I didn't expect to immediately just start a giant-ass firefight.
Everyone all right? Here we go.
Those lightning guns fuck me up at a close range.
captain did right by us once. Now with the Harris. The board will never own Broadway. Not while I'm real.
Didn't expect. I missed. Damn it. Oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
Bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates.
Entering the labyrinth's the easy part. Making it back out. I'm still trusting your plan on that one, Captain.
I probably could have just talked my way through that, but...
I suppose it would be too late to back out now, huh? Fear not, Captain. I'll watch your back.
Just gonna walk my way through here, don't mind me. Don't mind me, people. I just used up all my money on that. Ooh, okay. Faux windows. Is this quick? Yes, it is. Pardon me.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Well, more people are helping me.
What? Are you new here?
Just don't do it again. What is this? Oh boy. Shit seems to really be going down over here, but I'm just kind of walking through like nothing's happening.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, pardon me, people.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
Whatever comes of this, just real glad to know you all.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
Oh, what can I say? I like to cause trouble.
Fantastic. The biggest thorn in our side we've ever had, and you just like to cause trouble. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Whoa. There's no call for hostility.
No call for... You unbelievable bastard! Sophia should be the one wasting her time with you, but you killed her. I'll have you hanged, quartered, bankrupted. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
A felony? I've made a terrible mistake. Please, don't arrest me.
Is that sarcasm? Do you know what I do to people who employ the lowest, most base form of humor? I fire them. Alas, as you are woefully unemployed, I'll have to do the next best thing and have you killed.
Come on, Phineas, break out of that chair.
Is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
I'm sure we can talk about this, Rockwell. Let's work something out.
Absolutely not. Akande was always the sociable one, not me. Need I repeat the magic 2 words?
I'll be there before you know it. $84 out of 100. But I lowered my lockpicking skill, huh? Take off. At 94, so maybe if I... Hmm. 99 out of 100, fuck. So close. Oh well. I'm seeing if there's something else in here that... Yeah, nah. Okay, that's fine. I'll just...
Oh, coming, Captain.
Nice hit!
Ooh. Can I just snatch that out of his back if I was fast enough?
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Holy fucking dick balls and shit fucking bitch dick. They just unleashed 8 million combat drones at once. Whoops. I didn't mean to have her do that, but I did it, so...
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
I don't think this is gonna work out for me. I have a feeling that I'm just going to get overwhelmed damage-wise and killed. See. Thank you, Pavati. Seal. What's this here? Ow. Oh, I can't do that. There's just too many drones. Oh, hello. Oh boy, I am gonna die. got it. Oh, this place looks so fancy. Looks like I'm either gonna run away this way, or that other door would have just led me here if I was able to pick it. Which I was literally 1 point away from.
Seems like me to save Halcyon after all. Why must I?
Okay, Captain?
Oh, Phineas.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man? You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Oh, the board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
I need to ask you something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
I know about the other colonists, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
Honestly, you were trying to do the right thing. I forgive you.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
You mentioned a frigate.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them. Yes, we do. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person.
You can count on me.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took sublight salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Fuck yeah, boys. That's how you do it. I fucking saved the universe. Not the universe, but a good part of it. Get wrecked, bitch. Holy shit. So a little a little short, and it seemed like I said, a lot of the characters were assholes, and it seemed that the resolutions that I wanted for them didn't happen until that last scene there. Like, showing is always better than telling, in almost everybody's opinion. So having Ellie actually show me that she needed people, and like that she trusted me more than just to get a paycheck, and having fucking what's his name, Felix, maybe not be a dick and try and, you know, help people without being an asshole, actually in-game instead of only in that last cutscene, would have been much better, in my opinion. The Vicar, his character development seemed to work out fine. He had an actual change in dialogue and everything after you completed his quest. And Pravati seemed to have the most, like, long-lasting, like, the longest side quest chain. I guess the Vicar's was pretty long, too. I couldn't stand that other lady, so I never got her. Because I didn't want to deal with that. I mean, maybe her story was good, but I don't want to deal with alcoholic, arrogant, ignorant druggies. And, yeah. Obviously, Sam didn't have much of a story to him. He was just kind of funny. But yeah, that was nice. I'm glad the ending was a happy one for me. Well, for the colony. But I don't know. I wish there was more. I wish I could have talked to that last guy. Maybe not just, you know, open the door and shoot him immediately. Damn, John Cotto is a killer DM, Jesus. But yeah. The end was pretty, like, that whole scene in the prison was pretty neat, having all the people come to help you and shoot their way through and just fuck shit up along with you. It was pretty friggin' cool. But I had a disguise, so I just kind of walked through everything. I probably should have been shooting along with them to make it more, you know, cinematic and epic and all that, but I could just walk through, so I just walked through. But yeah, besides the few problems I had with hardcore, or whatever the difficulty is actually called, I don't remember what it's called, the game was pretty easy for the most part. Like, at the very beginning I had some issues, like in like the Edgewater area. I remember there being a building just with a bunch of marauders and I was getting my ass kicked by them. But I think that's when I turned the difficulty down and I was dying to them. But I was alone? I didn't have any teammates. So, yeah, difficulty's a little too easy. I didn't like how the weapons worked, somewhat. Like, the light ammo being completely useless, so I never used any light guns at all. Except for at the very beginning of the game, and to kill those little sprats. Or to shoot, to shoot mines. But yeah. I would've liked ammo, like the different ammos to actually have more uses. And then instead of just using heavier energy. There's not much else. I probably missed a bunch of side quests and stuff. I don't know what was going on with my frame rate in that last, not the last area, but you know, that last town. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah. Good game. Not too many twists, like plot-wise, not too many twists. You kind of just do exactly what you set out to do from the start. Of course, seems like you could go a complete opposite way. And I know you can fly the Hope straight into the sun. And that's an ending. I don't know. It's a really good game. I would give it like a 7 or an 8. That's pretty good on my scale. Because like a 5, you know, is like an eh. It's like, yeah, that was good enough. But this was above good enough. It was, yeah, a 7.5 or an 8. I'm just seeing if there's anything after the credits now. I might just skip them. How do I? Is there a way? Oh yeah, nothing. Okay. Supernova was the difficulty level. But yeah, good game. I gotta find another game to play now. So that's a shame. Goodbye.